Former US President Donald Trump hosted former Japanese Prime Minister Taro Aso at Trump Tower in New York. Both Aso and Trump discussed the importance of the US-Japan alliance for security and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Both the leaders also talked about the changes posed by China and North Korea. The key meet comes 2 weeks after President Joe Biden and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida unveiled plans for military cooperation between Washington and Tokyo, along with projects aimed at strengthening the US-Japan alliance in the Indo-Pacific. The universities in the United States have become the latest flashpoint of pro-Palestine protests. Students across the country are holding pro-Palestine protests at different universities. In the latest, over 130 arrests have been made overnight as police crack down on protesters at the New York University campus. Pro-Palestine demonstrations are taking place at Yale, Columbia, NYU, MIT, and other university campuses across the nation. According to the police, at the New York University, some 133 protesters were taken into custody after they refused the order to disperse. Although according to the reports, all of them were later released with summonses to appear in court on disorderly conduct charges. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has thanked United Kingdom for the latest military aid package. In Warsaw, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak pledged to send arms worth $620 million to the war-torn Ukraine. In his video address from Kyiv, Zelensky said, "We have discussed the details with Prime Minister Sunak, and the main thing is to deliver the weapons to Ukraine on time." Zelensky further said, armored vehicles that are expected at the battlefront, along with the air defense systems and boats to ensure Ukraine's economic security in the Black Sea. Well, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed a public meeting in Chhattisgarh's Surguja and launched an all-out attack on the Congress party over the issue of red terror and Naxalism in the tribal state. Modi hit out saying Congress governance failures and negligence are the reasons for the country's destruction. And today, the BJP is taking strict action against terrorism and Naxal terror. The central state of Chhattisgarh sends 11 parliamentarians to the Lok Sabha, and Surguja constituency will go for polls in the third phase on May 7th. In 2019 elections, BJP registered victory in 9 Lok Sabha seats, while the Congress secured only 2 seats. Congress leader and Wayanad MP Rahul Gandhi has launched an unsparing attack on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP over the issue of conducting nationwide caste consensus. Speaking at the Social Justice Conclave in Delhi, Rahul Gandhi said that the caste consensus should be considered as national X-ray. Gandhi further said that Congress generally does the revolutionary work such as Green Revolution, White Revolution, Computer Revolution, and caste consensus is the new revolutionary mission of the grand old party. On the other hand, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has launched a blistering attack at the BJP-led central government and Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Kerala's Wayanad constituency. Priyanka raked up the issue of the electoral bonds and said some company that earned $12,000 has donated $136 million to the BJP. Sharpening her attack at the centre, Priyanka said democracy has been weakened and corruption has been institutionalized under the BJP rule. Well, it is the election season in India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a campaign trail. PM Modi will conduct public rallies in Madhya Pradesh's Betul and Sagar Lok Sabha constituencies. And post the public meetings, Modi will conduct a mega road show in the state capital of Bhopal. The central state of Madhya Pradesh sends 29 parliamentarians to Lok Sabha and polling will be held in 4 phases. The Betul Lok Sabha seat will go for polls in the second phase on April 26th, while polling in Bhopal and Sagar Lok Sabha seats will be held in the third phase on May 7th. The counting of votes will take place on June 4th. Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi has arrived in Colombo as part of his next leg of the South Asia official visit. In Colombo, the Iranian president is on a one-day visit at the invitation of his Sri Lankan counterpart Ranil Wickremesinghe. Raisi will also take part in the opening ceremony and the official inauguration of the Umawiya multi-purpose super project, including 2 dams and a 120 megawatt power plant built by Iranian contractors in the island nation. Before Sri Lanka, President Raisi was in Pakistan for a 2-day state visit, where he was seen off by Pakistani Housing Minister Riaz Hussain Pirzada at the Jinnah International Airport in Karachi. Hundreds of Argentines have hit the streets of the capital of Buenos Aires, carrying out an anti-government march against budget cuts to public universities. The agitated protesters carried placards reading, "Don't steal the next generation's future," and "Public education is not negotiable." President Javier Milei, who is currently dealing with an inherited economic crisis, is employing budget cuts to help the state post 3 months of fiscal surpluses at the start of 2024. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and International Criminal Court Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan have agreed on to reopen the UN's Human Rights Office in the capital of Caracas after its closure in February, when the Maduro government accused the office of supporting the opposition's alleged coup plotters and terror outfits. Khan inaugurated an in-country office of the court in Caracas as both UN and International Court seek mutual cooperation into seeking truth and justice with the Venezuelan authorities. Heavy rains across Kenya have killed at least 38 people and displaced more than 11,000 people in recent days. The Red Cross Society has said that it has rescued 180 people countrywide from the floods, which have affected multiple regions. Kenyan Meteorological Department has warned about more heavy rain showers in the coming week and issued flood alerts. Authorities and aid groups have advised the public to avoid flooded areas and driving during the downpours. Temperatures in Bangladesh have touched 43 degrees Celsius. The scorching rise in heat comes amid a week-long heat wave that is sweeping through the country. Authorities issued a nationwide heat wave alert on April 23rd, which is to remain effective through the week. Schools have also been shut for a week and advisories have been issued for staying outdoors over fears of heat stroke. Daily wage earners and outdoor workers have been left stranded amid the rising heat. The government has asked all hospitals to be on standby to deal with the possibility of a rampant rise in cases of heat strokes and dehydration. The South Korean police have revealed that major North Korean hacking groups have been launching extensive cyber attacks against South Korean defense companies for over a year. This has resulted in breaches of internal networks and theft of technical data from South Korean firms. As per the police, the hacking teams have implanted malicious codes directly or through contractors into the defense companies' data systems, working with National Spy Agency and private sector experts. The police traced the hacks, identifying the groups by source IP addresses and malware signatures. South Korea is a major defense exporter and has signed contracts worth billions of dollars for mechanized howitzers, tanks, and fighter jets in recent years. And in more news from the world of tech, CEO of Telegram, Pavel Durov, has criticized Apple's app policies after the company removed Telegram from its China App Store last week. Despite this move, Durov stated that there was no decrease in Telegram's downloads from China. In a post on his public Telegram channel, Durov confirmed that Apple had delisted several apps, including Telegram, from its China App Store last week. Apple also removed WhatsApp, Meta's Threads, and Signal from the App Store in China. Previously, Apple had released a statement saying that the Chinese government had ordered the removal of these apps due to national security concerns. However, according to Telegram CEO, users in China utilize proxy tools like virtual private networks or the VPNs to bypass the country's extensive censorship system to access Telegram. The European Commission has launched an investigation into the release of TikTok Lite in France and in Spain. Concerns have been raised about its potential addictive impact on children. TikTok Lite offers a reward program where users earn points for various activities like watching videos or inviting friends to the app. Belgium is enforcing the EU's Digital Services Act on the app, which requires online platforms to combat harmful content or face fines of up to 6% of their revenue. EU's industry chief, Thierry Breton, stated that they are prepared to suspend TikTok Lite unless compelling evidence of its safety is provided. TikTok has until Wednesday to present its case. Additionally, TikTok has 24 hours to provide a risk assessment report on TikTok Lite or face a fine of up to 1% of its revenue. And in the world of business, JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon commends PM Modi's economic reforms, hails India's technological leap and financial inclusion milestones, citing over 700 million bank accounts. Dimon advocates for emulating India's unified tax system to curb corruption. He applauds Modi's resilience in overcoming bureaucratic hurdles, highlighting India's education and infrastructure advancements. Stressing urgency, Dimon calls for enhanced regulatory cooperation in the United States amid rising inflation and geopolitical risks. On the other hand, Visa's second quarter results sailed past Wall Street's estimates as consumers shrugged off worries of a slowing economy to swipe cards on everything from travel to dining out. The company's in fact, its shares were up by 2.7% after the bell. US consumer spending has remained remarkably resilient despite higher for longer interest rates, with Americans still looking to spend on big-ticket purchases and international travel. Visa executives in a call with analysts said international travel continues to be healthy, particularly out of the key markets of the US and Europe. General Motors posted quarterly results that topped Wall Street targets, and the automaker raised its annual forecast. Citing stable pricing and demand for gasoline engine vehicles, the company's shares rose 4.4% after the Bell. Michigan-based GM boosted its adjusted pre-tax profit projection for the year to $14.5 billion. That's $2 billion more than its projection last quarter. Tesla is expected to lay off 6,000 employees in Texas and California. This is according to a report by Reuters. CEO Elon Musk is expected to outline the electric vehicle maker's strategy to combat slowing demand and falling margins soon. Last week, Tesla announced a more than 10% cut in its global workforce under pressure from dropping sales and an intensifying price war among EV makers. The company had not revealed the number of employees the job cuts would impact. Tesla will cut 3,332 jobs in California and eliminate 2,688 positions in Texas. The details were disclosed in notices to the states of Texas and California on Monday under a U.S. labor law that requires companies with 100 or more employees to notify 60 days ahead of planned closings or mass layoffs.